You're retired in paradise. You're on the beach in Boracay and you don't come home. Your kids get a telephone call. Your pension stops and your story ends. It's over. Done. Let's not let that happen too soon. Hey everyone, Joe Gilbert here. Let's explore the leading causes of death for expats, both natural and accidental, and how not to become a statistic. Keep in mind that I'm not some influencer selling a dream. I spent 14 years running surveillance operations, assessing risks, staying alive in places most people only see on TV. Now I use that same skill set and mindset to help retirees and expats navigate retirement overseas. Now the biggest surprise for me was discovering that none of the risks that I faced in my professional career were the things that were most likely to kill us in retirement. Additionally, one big bonus for you. I've hosted this video on the Second Act Warriors website, so if you want to watch it without any of the YouTube ads, just go ahead and leave now. Head to the website, you can watch it there. Lastly, if you'd like to contribute, take a look at the merch, buy yourself a coffee cup, or maybe make a donation. It's greatly appreciated. So let's get to the meat of this. The number one non-natural cause of death for expats, it's not dengue, it's not robbery, it's not drug overdoses, and it ain't murder. It's motor vehicle accidents. The number one leading natural cause of death for retirees is cardiovascular disease, heart attacks, and strokes. So that's the top natural and the top non-natural. Now, having traveled thousands of kilometers on my motorcycle exploring Luzon, I've personally witnessed the results of many vehicle crashes in the Philippines. Most of them are motorcycle and trikes. The risk is multiplied here because there's no one coming to rescue you. Not as you would expect them to come in the United States. Now, people will stop, they're wonderfully kind, they're going to try to help, but unlike Westerners, almost no one has any first aid training, and they're not going to have a first aid kit. If you don't bleed to death, you just end up with a couple of scrapes or minor cuts. Those are no jokes in the tropics. They can kill you from infections if not properly treated. Now, don't take my word for this. The expat community is very vocal, and I'm sure that if you search YouTube, you'll find several videos about expats dying because they fell and they scraped their leg, or they had a small crash on their scooter and they didn't get it treated in a timely manner. Once the infections start here, they get in your blood, man, you're pretty much toast. Additionally, after hearing about a few seemingly healthy expats dropping dead, I began looking beyond the risks of traffic accidents and crime. It didn't take much time. A little bit of quick, easy research gave me the answers to why so many, quote, healthy expats drop dead. Turns out it's heart disease. That's the most common natural cause of death, and the data is solid. Now, how big is this problem? Right now, over 10 million Americans live abroad. Add in the Brits, the Canadians, and the Aussies. Yeah, the total probably easily surpasses 15 million Westerners living abroad. And most of us are over 50 years old. And if current trends hold, thousands of us are going to die this year alone from preventable heart issues. Now, typically when you move abroad, you eat richer food, you drink more, you skip your annual checkups because the doctor doesn't speak English, maybe it's inconvenient, or maybe you just don't have health insurance and you don't have the money to pay for it. So what happens over time? Blood pressure creeps up, plaque builds up in your arteries, the arteries get clogged. One day, you're on the beach in Boracay, you don't come home. Your kids get that phone call, your pension stops, your story is over, my friends. Now here are some stats from the CDC. Now, as it clearly shows, motor vehicle crashes were the leading cause of non-natural deaths. Homicides, suicides, water-related, that means drowning, boating accidents. Those deaths were the next most common causes. Now, these facts underscore the importance of managing risks. We can do a lot to prevent ourselves from being that guy or that gal. Protect ourselves from traffic accidents. Wear your damn helmet. It's not that hard. I don't want to wear a helmet, it's too hot. Yeah, it does suck, but it's better than being dead. Don't drive your scooter while you're drunk, and if you fall and get scraped up, go to the doctor, get the wound cleaned, and get some antibiotics in your system. This ain't Kansas, Dorothy. Infections here will kill you if you ignore this. Also, carry a cat tourniquet or you will bleed to death if you slice an artery. Even if you're in BGC or Manila and you slice an artery, you're not getting anywhere because of the traffic. You're going to die before you get to the ER. Now let's talk about the number one natural killer, heart disease. Get a baseline EKG, get all the blood work done, the blood panel, whatever they call it, before you leave home. Make sure that you manage or correct any of the problems that are discovered. High blood pressure, get your medications before you leave. cholesterol, get that stuff treated. Take care of all this before you leave. Now, once you get to your destination, I recommend buying some good insurance. I use Pacific Cross. Monitor yourself. I check my blood pressure regularly with a little Omron electronic blood pressure machine, and I have annual checkups. On top of all of this, let's not neglect exercise. We need to move daily. I walk about 3 to 4 miles a day in BGC. There's no gym required. In addition to getting exercise, pay attention to your diet. We can't outrun, we can't out-exercise our fork. That's a known fact, it's a cliche. We've all heard this for years. The next big thing is really important. Know where your nearest modern equipped hospital is located, whether it's in BGC, Alongapo, Iloilo, wherever. And one other thing that's not related to heart disease or crashes, that's skin cancer. Most of us are losing our hair on the top. Make sure that you buy an umbrella, keep yourself covered, get these little moles and spots, get all this stuff looked at. Don't let a small skin cancer or small precancerous thing turn into a killer. For me to visit my dermatologist at St. Luke's in BGC, that's $25 US. It's a very, very, very small price to pay. Now, all of this stuff we've just talked about is intuitive for most of us. We know that we can't remove all of the risks, and we have no idea how long we're going to live. We could get hit by a bus tomorrow or slip in the bathtub and die. But we can almost guarantee that if we follow the above advice, we will all live longer and happier and healthier. Now, here's a few quick stats. Divers Alert Network, 49% of traveler deaths cardiovascular related. From the CDC, U.S. citizens abroad, heart disease is the top killer for people over 55, talking about natural causes. Journal of Travel Medicine, 76% of the repatriated bodies were non-infectious and died mostly of cardiac events. Now, the best news of all, the Framingham Life Study showed lifestyle changes cut risk 80% in 5 years. Great news, right? Again, if you'd like to support us so we can post more videos like this without commercials, visit the website, grab a coffee cup, make a donation. If not, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. All of that's free, and it's greatly appreciated. Now, the bottom line with all of this is the freedom of expat life is fabulous, but freedom requires discipline, and if you don't have any, you'll be dead sooner than later. I know you've got the grit to do this. You've survived worse pain than that of a little discipline, so make it happen. And until next time, remember, better thinking does equal a better life. Joe out.